I'm working on it. So yeah, please get everything off of the internet now, 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 now! Curse the trolls. Peace to everybody else.
And you might have guessed from the beginning of this video what we're going to be talking about today. Today we're going to be talking about Chibi reviews. And for the people who do not know anything about Chibi reviews, he's one of these anime YouTubers who reviews like, anime. And now is like talking about like censorship. Oh, they're censoring our anime while they're pretty much just censoring like fucking lolicon thing. And that's bad. So it's affecting his rights, His favorite child pornography. Like one day they could ban child porn and he'll say this is affecting our rights. Or some shit like that. But that's who Chibi reviews is. There's a lot of other shit with him, like him getting caught, him being a scammer, him kind of being just a piece of shit, and him constantly loving to be the victim. He really loves it for some reason. He loves that type of shit. And the recent controversy that happened with Chibi reviews is just funny. I've got to be honest, it's some hilarious shit, and that's the reason why I want to talk about it. And like, so much shit has happened to the point it was originally going to be a very short video, but now I think it'll be like 30 minutes. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I think it's gonna get there. It's insane. Like, it relates with dead relatives, it relates with the Kiwi farms, a war between them, the Lolicon revolt. It's just insane shit, okay? So, how did this entire controversy begin? Well, it began with a tweet over here of Chibi reviews, making fun of the anti-lolicon people, something that these pedophiles love to call people who are just normal, but, him just making fun of them and all that type of shit, and, it's just cringe and all, until a Twitter user called Taxed Brass decided to make this tweet over here, and he says, "It's just a drawing, compelling argument, I'm digging up your brothers and turning him into a chair." And it's some hilarious shit. I know who's he's referencing. He's referencing a Big Bungie joke that Big Bungie did to Chibi reviews. It's really funny, but you can see over here, he posts an image that supposedly has him on the grave. And usually, I gotta be honest with you, my stance is you never go after family members, okay? You never go after them. You kind of just leave them alone, and this is worse because, like, you're going after their grave. You're going to their grave and all type of shit. And I had stances in the past, like on my suspended Twitter account, where I did not like this at all. I believe you should not go to their graves and all that type of shit. But there's a massive issue with this image specifically over here, okay? The image is actually AI, and it was proven to be AI. So it's not even a real image. Like, he literally got the picture of his dead brother's grave, put it through AI to put himself on it. Like, he was never going to actually go dig up his grave. But this led to Chibi reviews having an absolute meltdown. And he had his response to his tweet, and he says over here, "If you see that post, please report it. The police in the area are investigating and on watch right now. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then leave it at that." And maybe you could say, oh, okay, so he probably doesn't think it's AI, he probably thinks it's real, and I wouldn't blame him. I'd actually believe it's real because that's a really well-made image. But yeah, so he called the police over this shit, and usually when Chibi reviews calls the police, nothing ever comes out of it. I just notice this pattern every time, like, I'm calling the police on this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Nothing ever happens. Literally, nothing ever fucking happens. And this led to him making another tweet here, and he could see, he says, 1.2 million people have seen the post of my brother's dead grave, and people cheering for the person to dig it up. I reported it hours ago, and it's still up. Pay close attention to those retweeting my docs and happy about it. These ghouls want to run me off and threaten me by dragging my deceased family into it. They want you all dead and your family too over drawings. Let this be a mascot moment for many to see. They will commit a felony over something being anti-censorship for fictional content. And this is a thing I have an issue with Chibi reviews, is that, okay, Chibi, if you want people to stop doing this, just do not respond to it at all. Like, you could do your, defenses of lolicon and all that type of shit, but the best thing you could do if you don't want people harassing you, if you don't want people to post AI image of them digging up your dead brother's grave and turning him into a chair that I'm sitting on right now, like, if you want people to stop doing it, the best thing you should do is to stop responding to it, because these people are trolling you, obviously. They're making fun of you. They want a reaction from you, and what you're doing constantly every day is giving them what they exactly want. That's what happens with locals constantly. Like, this is something you're gonna notice later on. When you call Chibi reviews a fucking lolcow, they'll say you just don't know what the meaning is. Well, Chibi reviews is acting exactly like one. The inability to ignore something, Chibi, okay? Like, the best thing you could do is ignore it, because when you don't give them that reaction, then they will stop doing it, because they're like, oh, there's no point. Like, Chibi's not reacting to any of this shit, so fuck him. Well, like, we're not gonna make fun of this guy anymore. And also, this guy is acting like he's the Charlie Kirk of Lolicon. Like, they're gonna kill you over Lolicon. Like, this guy really thinks, he actually thinks that he's gonna get murdered over Lolicon. This guy really thinks that he's gonna be the Charlie Kirk of Lolicon. Like, we are Chibi Reviews. That's what we have to think about. Like, this guy really wants to die as a martyr for his favorite child pornography, Lolicon. Like, this guy really wants to be that. Like, he really wants to die. But after this, it led to him making a video, and he did do a post to, like, promote the video that we will watch right now. And over here he says, after 2 million saw my brother's dead grave, the post is still up after support saying nothing broke TOS. I'm making this video to address how unacceptable this response is from X support team. So X didn't agree with him, so he's having a tantrum about this shit, why they didn't agree with him at all. Probably because it's an AI fucking image, but let's watch this fucking video.
2 million people have seen this post of my brother's grave being doxxed and threatened to be dug up. You know why I'm even making this video? Because I reported this post hours ago. And I was just hoping it was just going to go away. But you know what Twitter responded to me with? No violation found. Really. No violation found when my brother's grave is doxxed and threatened to be dug up.
Oh, Twitter, please, take down that post. It's threatening my brother's grave. If they dig it up, they're gonna turn into a chair. Oh, they're actually gonna do that fucking serious. Like, there's a reason why Twitter didn't really take that post seriously. Because they obviously see it's a troll post. It's AI. It's not even a real image. And I thought you were the guy that says it's just fictional. Like, this is just fictional. It's not a real image created at all, so you shouldn't care about it, right, Chibi? I thought you were always it's just a drawing guy. It's not real, it's fictional. Like, this is fictional, so you wouldn't give a shit. But Chibi, they don't care, okay? Because they don't see anything wrong with it. Deal with it, okay? Just deal with that shit and move the fuck on. But no, he has to make a temper tantrum because Twitter did not want to do what he fucking wanted. They didn't want to take down that fucking post because they don't care. And also, like, if you're aware people are going after your brother's grave, right? If your brother's grave had been doxxed, the best thing you could do is not talk about it. Because of this video, you're encouraging more people to go to your brother's grave because you're aware later on that people don't like you. You have a detractor community. If they see this video and they're aware that your brother's grave has been doxxed, they're gonna go to that fucking grave. So the best thing you could do is just shut the fuck up and deal with it behind the scenes. But because Chibi Reviews loves to use the constant victim card, he loves that victim mentality, he will never do that. Because he needs his autistic audience to believe he's this fucking victim of society, this victim of the world. So then they could support him even more and be more attached to him, okay? Because they probably relate with a loser like Chibi Reviews.
And then millions of people seeing this post. Thousands of people upon thousands of people retweeting this and cheering it on in the quotes and in the comments of this, cheering this person to actually do this horrific act of desecrating a grave.
Like I'm saying, this is not fucking real. Even at the time, people already said this image was AI. You shouldn't care because you constantly believe that it's fictional. This thing is an AI-generated image, not even real at all, and you're caring this much about it. Oh, but it's only fictional when it's something that I like to jack off to you. But when it's not fictional, it's stuff that I do not like, okay? Like, this is something constant with these lolicon people. Like, it's fictional to their porn, right? Their lolicon, their weird fucking child pornography, that is fictional. But when it's a joke, when it's an AI image, that's completely different. It's not the same thing, bro, okay? Shut the fuck up. And also the people reposting, retweeting it, they're not even saying like, oh, let's actually do it. They're just making fun of you and referencing the Big Bunchy video, saying, yeah, turning it into a fucking chair. But that's an actual threat to him for some fucking reason. Something to be taken seriously. Something that you have to actually believe that it's actually gonna happen.
There's no point in me even censoring this picture because millions of people have seen it.
And then you fucking complain why people are going there. I think it's better for you to censor it. And it's funny, he censored it anyway. Because he knew what he just said was fucking retarded. But let's go watch this shit.
My big content creators that already hate me are already spreading this around either through retweets, quote retweets, or just tweets in general mocking me and my deceased brother. It is absolutely horrific and ghoulish just how people are. How far they will go to try to drag someone down. Because you want to know what they really want from me? These people want me to die.
What an insane conclusion! Literally, what a fucking insane conclusion you pretty much get from someone just saying like, oh, let's turn fucking Chibi Review's brother into a fucking chair. Like, so you see that and like, you think, oh, they're gonna kill me. They're gonna murder me. Yeah, totally a sane individual over here. He's totally not a lolcow. Like many people will tell me on Twitter, he's totally not a lolcow. It's actually the other people that are lolcows. He's not the lolcow. You are lolcow. Like, totally not lolcow behavior right over here. Like, we just gotta be gaslit into believing he's not a lolcow. Like, this is an actual insane conclusion, and I don't think anyone has gotten that fucking image of you. Anyone has ever got that thought to kill you, okay? No one has ever gotten that, dumbass. But he's totally not lolcow. This guy's totally not insane. This guy's actually normal. They're actually threatening his family that he has left. They're threatening his life, and they're threatening his anime collection.
That's what they want. They want to drive me to the point of insanity to be done. That's what they want. And if it's not that, which that is definitely what they want to just run me off the internet. Either A, by canceling my YouTube channel, like completely shutting it down, shutting down my social medias, completely just being completely done with it. Basically, their objective is to run me off the internet, completely silence me, get me to stop talking. And this intense, like, hatred and slander against me, people throwing random buzzwords against me for 2 years at this point now, is because I started defending fictional content, because I'm anti-censorship, because I think restricting artistic expression within artwork, literature, and just being able to have it in video games as well, I think it's wrong to try to restrict that. But apparently there is a lot of people, very unhinged schizo freaks, that do not like what I have to say.
They're psychologically torturing me. They're doing all this shit to make me go insane and run away from the internet. Like, bro, let me tell you this. If you're actually getting that thought from people just making fun of you, okay? Just people shitting on you, you have to fucking take a break from the internet because you're getting too attached to this fucking shit. You're caring way too much about this shit. Like, usually, there are people that get a lot worse than what you get. And they take that shit every single fucking day. You cannot take this shit. From what I've seen, none of it's horrible. The worst thing I could think of what they did to you was dox you. But that is something you posted yourself because you're a fucking retard. And like the reason why you're in majority of the issues you're dealing with right now is because you have the inability to not respond. You cannot respond for some fucking reason. You have to respond to every single post that makes fun of you. Even if the best thing you could fucking do is not respond to any of it and ignore it completely and deal with it behind the scenes. But because you're giving it so much attention, more people will see that pretty much completely hate you and will probably do it more because they know you give it a reaction. That's the reason why people constantly say, just ignore all of it. But no, they're making you go crazy. They're making you go insane. And also it's funny how he talks about he's anti-censorship. He like, he loves Lolicon so much. He doesn't want it censored and all that type of shit. But later on, he's going to start asking for Null to start deplatforming people on his own fucking site. But that's for later. We'll get to that actually fucking later, okay? Okay, so just wait.
About fictional content, and they really will go to extra levels to be able to try to get me to stop, to shut up. And I'm going to tell you, you guys have already done pretty much everything you can do to me. You have called me almost everything under the bus, compared me to Hitler, compared me to Stalin. You have called me a Jew, you've called me a Nazi, you have called me a pedo, you have called me a cuck. You've done everything you can to put any form of buzzword on me. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to give you what you want.
You kind of did by making this video, but okay, you totally didn't give what they want while you're literally having a fucking meltdown and a fucking bitching fucking session about this fucking shit, but you're totally not giving them what they fucking want.
But I can't wait to see all the reactions to this video with content creators mocking me and cheering this on and being happy. You know there's going to be people that are going to do that. Oh well.
Okay, if you're aware that you're making a response video to this shit and you know people are just going to make fun of you, I think it kind of shows what position you are fucking in. Like, you already know you're gonna lose, right? But people making fun of you because what you're saying is insane. And I had to cut out a lot of it, like half of the video, because he kind of repeats himself again, saying, they're gonna murder me, they're gonna kill me, why didn't X remove this post? This is insane, this is ghoulish, and all that type of shit, right? But after he made this fucking cope video, coping and bitching and moaning about Twitter not taking down this AI post, he decides to continue posting on Twitter, and he says over here, won't lie, being hit with so much evil can wear you down. I've grown mostly numb to it over these last 2 years, but as human, it does affect me from time to time. The amount of slander, buzzwords, and abuse thrown my way reminds me of the demons you heard about in myths. However, I refuse to stand down to literal demons that will seek my destruction and want to see me die, won't run me off the internet that easily. When you have to drag my dead brother as a way to harass me, completely desecrate a burial site, or mock it to achieve a supposed victory against me, I know you all have nothing good going on in your pathetic lives. Now, cue those in the comments, or quote calling me a cuck, pedo, racist, or whatever. You all better hope there isn't a hell, because you will be burning. Anyway, I'm going to be taking a day off, and I'm fine, but I'm going to do some gaming today. See you all tomorrow. Is this what anime really does to motherfucker? Like, this guy really thinks he's an anime character, constantly getting abused, and he's like getting close to his breaking point. He's doing like the fucking quartering fucking drunk tweets, but the difference is this guy ain't drunk. This guy's actually sober from what I'm aware, unless it's like when he got cucked, and almost killed himself. But when he got cucked, that's the only time he was drunk. But this is actually just cringe. It's actually fucking cringe. And like, people are mocking your dead brother because you also mention it. You constantly talk about how much it affects you, how it gets to you, and all that type of shit. And people know that, and your enemies will know that, so they'll constantly mention it because they know it gets to you. That's why you're constantly doing responses about this. And I'm telling you this, if you just stop talking about it, stop talking about the dead brother, and you just do your regular, pro favorite drawings of like, children, how much you like to fuck it, and how much you like to jack off to it, I don't think anyone would even mention it if you just stop talking about it. But you can't, because you love being a victim. Stop acting like you're a fucking anime character. That's one of the things you need to stop doing, dude. Oh man, but it's just funny how like he already knows people are gonna call him like a fucking cock. That's just really fucking funny. But after that, he makes another Twitter post, and he says over here, let this be a warning. If you want me to respect you and keep things private between us, don't start slinging shit my way and hoping I remain silent. You ghouls have gotten too used to me being silent on these things. Only if you all knew how much shit I had on someone. It's like he's acting like he has blackmail on his enemies that pretty much make fun of him, even if that blackmail is obviously false information, like, that we'll talk about later. But yeah, you totally have this information that's gonna totally destroy them, okay? After that, he says over here, important advice. You don't throw stones at people wanting you dead. Nah, if they ignore low blows, you return it back 120% given the chance. Having rigged pacifism only crumbles into blood stains on the dirt. The only victory you achieve is being a coward while suffering alone. It's like I'm saying, this guy has watched so much anime. This guy really thinks he's an anime character. This guy really thinks his life is an anime. Like, my life is like an anime. It's like some shit like that. It's just pathetic. It's sad. It's cringe. But after that, he makes another fucking video, and he's in a forest. He's in the Japanese suicide forest, ready to kill himself. But jokes aside, he made another video, and I did watch the fucking video, and half of it is fucking him saying, I'm gay, I'm lonely, I'm sad, I'm pathetic, I'm gay, I'm lonely, I'm sad, and pathetic. I'm also really fucking sad. That, it's just actually just pathetic. It's a really fucking pathetic video. But he also complains about the drama, and let's watch a little bit of it because it's a very long video, but let's watch it.
Whatever, I've had both. I've literally been called on both sides. And it's just it's crazy just how the internet works when you have people that really want to kind of prey upon you and rip you apart as a person. And I've realized over time now, especially in the last 2 years, people will hate you for nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. And they will use any way to rip you apart, to try to tear you down to the point of where you give up. You're done as a person for, I would assume, the essence of they having power over you, or just the sadistic glee that they can tear someone down. I don't know, okay? Maybe there's more. But one of the things I've come to terms with is that people will hate someone for no reason. For instance, let's say someone has a bad day, and then you walk up to them, and then you talk with them, you try to speak with them while they're having a bad day, they might just instantly hate you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just instantly bad end. Like, for a video game, visual novel route or something, it's a bad end. And no matter what you do, that's it.
Wow, totally an original thought. No one has ever thought of that ever. That there are people out there that will hate you no matter fucking what. Wow, I never thought of that, Chibi Reviews. Like, that's the funny thing. Is like, this is a no shit, Chibi. That's why you don't respond to shit like this. You don't try to tell people that this is ghoulish behavior, because these people probably just hate you no matter what. They will always dislike you. They'll always shit on you. Okay? But because you still think you could change their fucking minds, you still think you could argue with them, try to say you're such a bad person, you know? Like, it's worthless. There's nothing you could really fucking do about it. So you just shut the fuck up and just continue living on your fucking day. Like, I don't understand why now he just realizes that people will hate you no matter fucking what. Is he just that fucking dumb? Or is he trying to get that sympathy bait or try to act like he's this guy that knows a bunch of stuff? Like, oh, this is something new. Like, shut the fuck up.
Especially over the last 2 months, 2 to 3 months. Now, I am that target. I am that target that is a safe target to hit. I am. And coming to terms with that and realizing that there will be more voices that will outcry against me within time over the years if I continue to have an online presence is something that did bother me. It kind of does bother me still.
Imagine being so fucking pathetic that even you know you're an easy fucking target. You're like this really weak little thing that everyone's going after you for. Like, bruh. Like, this is the reason why people make fun of you, because you're saying shit like this. And I could react to the entire fucking video, but it's pretty much him repeating the same points that I'm pathetic, I'm sad, I'm gay, I'm pathetic, I'm sad, I'm gay. Complains about the Twitter shit again. It's like, I'm not reacting to it. I'm not saying the same shit. If you want to see these 2 videos that I'm reacting to, you could watch it down in the description below. I'm gonna link it because, you know, that's what I fucking do. But after this, shit gets really, really intense, and this is where we get to why I really want to make this video. The fucking Chibi Reviews versus the Kiwi Farms. And where did this shit even begin? It begins with this post over here that Chibi Reviews did, and he says over here, FBI is now involved, stop fucking with me. Right now I am safe and I will be talking with the FBI and police anyway. Love you all. And over here, you know, he's showing a picture of the FBI member's cock because he's been sucking his dick. Like, you know, he was literally bending down, he was unzipping the pants and then ready to suck his cock. That's why it's in a crotch formation, this image, because he was sucking his dick, or he was pretty much preparing to suck this guy's dick. You know, he was giving the PayPal, like, yeah, I'll suck your dick for $50. But over here he says, got finished talking with the law enforcement. I am fine. Everyone, maybe the law enforcement is his boyfriend. Maybe he's sucking the dick of the law enforcement to get money after his fucking wife divorced him and cucked him. Maybe this is a way to cope with the fucking with the fucking divorce and the cuckoldry. He has to do gay sex. He has to have gay sex with the police officer, with the FBI agent. Maybe that's why they're constantly in his fucking house. Maybe, like, this never even happened, the conversation with him and the law enforcement, FBI members, CIA members. They probably never happened. They're just fucking this guy's ass. But yeah, pretty much he called the FBI, or people saying mean things about him. It's getting serial. It's getting really, really fucking serial. And now we actually got to the beginning of this war, this battle between the 2 most autistic people out there, okay? We've got the lolliconners versus the Kiwi farmers, or what the lollicons love to call the Kiwi farmers, the green Reddit. But this is the most autistic civil war of all time, and that's why it's so fucking funny, because you're seeing 2 autistic people go at it. It's insane. But let's read the beginning of this war. And over here, Chibi Reviews says, since rumors are spreading why the law enforcement is involved, the short summary is that Kiwi Farms was trying to pay a teen $200 to come to my house and get shot. Or me get shot. They were actively encouraging an assassination attempt against my life. Oh my god, the scary Kiwi Farms. They're gonna kill me. So this guy over here, this soy boy cuckold, decides to show the screenshots proving this attempted assassination. Oh my god, the green Reddit is gonna kill me. It's really fucking funny how these people, like, will try to say, like, Kiwi Farms is not that threatening. They're all pieces of shit. They're all not to be taken seriously. While they're trying to say the Kiwi Farms actively trying to kill Chibi Reviews. But let's actually read these screenshots. What does this screenshot even have? Is it an actual assassination attempt? So let's read it. And over here, Messiah Mike pretty much responds to a soy jack party message of someone saying I should enter someone's house. So obviously, this is not from the Kiwi Farms themselves saying that we're gonna go to their house, but over here, Messiah Mike says, possibly incoming gem on the shorty. It's like, they're just making fun of it. And over here, some guy says, the user said they were kind of scared of his gun, which a fellow teen pointed out that he could go in the middle of the night. If anything, I low-key kind of want Chibi to pull a boogie. Not because I want the soy teen shot, which I don't, but because it would be very funny to see Chibi pull a boogie and make himself look even worse. And over here, Fat at the Internet says, I haven't done any Chibi sleep tracking or anything, but you might want to watch for neat hours. A respectable 9 a.m. start might do the job. Worst case, you catch him on a 30-hour bender, waving a knife around if the earlier wellness check has any merit. Okay, where's the death threat? I literally cannot see what this death threat is about, okay? Like, nobody's saying they're gonna kill you. They're just comparing you to Boogie, okay? This is literally a Boogie reference, bro. Like, they're referencing, like, that one guy confronted Boogie, and Boogie came with a gun, and they tried to shoot the guy. Like, they're just comparing these shardy people to that. Like, they're saying, like, these shardy people are gonna confront you, and you're gonna come out with a fucking knife, or, like, a katana, samurai sword, because you're so anime and evil. But yeah, no suicide threat to be seen, and you're gonna start seeing a really, really common pattern with this type of shit, that there's no suicide threat at all. But this led to, a bunch of these chibi tards coming in, saying the Kiwi Farms are evil, they're pieces of shit. The Josh Moon's a pedophile. Josh Moon hosts child porn. He jacked up the child porn. He pretty much groomed the 17-year-old. And we'll talk about that later. Don't worry, that'll be very important later. That those rumors that they constantly are saying about Josh Moon are not even true. They're fake. But because of this, the Kiwi Farms account that I will link down in the description, you should follow that shit, pretty much says in response to one of these chibi tards, and it says, Kiwi Farms is an open platform like X where Tax Brass posted the joke about digging up Chibi Review's brother's graves. Chibi takes a very controversial stance that erotic drawings of a child or childlike characters as acceptable. If you bully him, that's not our fault. And pretty much what they're trying to say is like they don't control their users, okay? They cannot control them. Like, yeah, like it's gonna fucking happen. It's like any other site. Like, it's like if you really think that one guy decides to say Chibi Reviews deserve to get raped on Twitter, everywhere on Twitter pretty much wants to rape Chibi Reviews, and that's Elon Musk's fault. Like, they can, like, Kiwi Farms have a bunch of users, they can't moderate them all. But because these Chibi tards and Chibi Reviews doesn't see this as an answer, they want to censor the Kiwi Farms. Like, these free speech warriors that's like, free speech, like, this is free speech. Like, they are so much more free speech until they say mean things about them. And Chibi Reviews cannot take mean things about them, edgy jokes about him. So he responds to the Kiwi Farms account and says, Kiwi Farms currently has people trying to get me assassinated. This is a recent post on your site 5 minutes ago. Here, the archive, since you're deleting comments trying to hide this. Wait a minute. Isn't that what you fucking want? Like, bro, like you're saying like, oh my god, look, they're unmoderated. They're planning to assassinate me. They're planning to kill me. And then later on when they're actually like removing or supposedly removing comments, you're like, look at these guys. They're removing comments of my supposed death threats. Like, come on guys, they're trying to erase this. Like, they're doing what you want supposedly. Like, what is this complaint? But let's read this post over here that he's claiming another assassination attempt. And it's from Lemon Party. And this guy over here says, I've got 200 Canadian dollars and a mostly unused Netflix subscription for anyone who will kill Chibi Reviews in real life. Like, yeah, this is a death threat. But what if there's that one guy that would have sent the 200 Canadian dollars and that Netflix fucking review card, that Netflix subscription? They could be that one guy. You don't know. They could be that one guy so desperate to see Baki on Netflix. The assassination threats. Like, bro, are you kidding me? Are you actually that fucking serious, bro? Like, none of this is actual assassination threats. These are fucking jokes. These are very obviously just edgy-ass jokes. Like, is anybody really gonna see that and say, that $200 and that Netflix card, that's not a bad deal. Let me go kill Chibi Reviews. Like, you really think that? Like, this is the infinite fucking victim fucking mentality Chibi Reviews has. Like, I think he's more like, using the victim card more than a black person. That's crazy. That is really fucking crazy. But after that, more people are going after the farms. More people are shitting on Josh Moon. And it leads to Josh Moon making this post over here. And he says, every time I make fun of some lolicon pet cause like Pragmata or Saba debuted, day one tell me, oh, I get a wave of mentally stunted lolicon freaks moaning and bitching about the Kiwi farms. They're calling this post a literal assassination plot. That's why they're mad, and he shows the post that Chibi Reviews originally showed, and there was a bunch of Kiwi tards in the comments of this Josh Moon post saying, oh, what about these two? This is totally an assassination threat. Like, these fucking Chibi tards, right? Like, it's not even there, but they see it for some fucking reason. Like, Chibi Reviews could literally tell them the sky's red, and they'll look at the sky and say, yeah, Chibi Reviews, the sky's red. The sky is red. Like, they're that fucking retarded. Like, Chibi Reviews could literally tell them to jump off a cliff, and they'll say, how high? This is the audience Chibi Reviews has. They're literally on wheelchairs. They're drooling. That's what they fucking are. They're on wheelchairs drooling like, Timmy. It's like that type of shit. But Chibi Reviews sees this post from Josh Moon, pretty much debunking his shit, and he starts seething, and he's over here saying, Kiwi Farms owner Josh Moon has people right now on his platform trying to fund an assassination attempt on me less than 20 minutes ago. Here's an archive proving this is real since he's trying to cover it up. It's like, bro, what do you fucking want him to do? Like, you're talking about like they're assassinating you, they're gonna kill you, they're gonna Charlie Kirk you, they're gonna JFK you, but then you're complaining that he's deleting the posts and removing them. What the fuck do you want? What exactly do you want Josh Moon to fucking to do about this? But let's read these two posts that they're gonna assassinate him. They're planning to assassinate him so badly. Oh my god, the assassination threat. And over here, a guy called Namekian George Floyd. Yeah, such a menacing man. You can see the profile pictures. Oh my god, George Floyd, he's great. But over here, this guy over here says, can we start a GoFundMe for the rape niggers? I want to give those fine gentlemen what they're worth. Oh my god, Green George Floyd's gonna rape me. And over here, Sargon's wife's son says, we're only gonna need $200 to get the rape niggers to his house. Don't worry, we made the mess. I love the bones of his dead brother. Oh my god, Nameki and George Floyd and Sargon's wife's son are gonna pay, they're gonna fundraise, fucking rape niggers, and they're gonna rape me, and they're gonna do that while looking at the bones of my dead brother. This is a true threat. Like, bro, are you actually this fucking serious? You really think a guy called Nameki and George Floyd and a guy called Sargon's wife's son are gonna like GoFundMe and fund for black guys to go rape you in the ass? Are you actually this fucking serious, Chibi Reviews? There's no way in fucking hell that you're actually taking this shit seriously. And then like, these fucking Chibi tards will tell you it's Josh Moon that's the lol cow, not Chibi Reviews, okay? Like, they'll try to gaslight you into thinking that. And I believe that's fucking insane. Like, I'll tell you this, Chibi Reviews has done way more lol cow behavior than Josh Moon. Like, I do know there are some things about Josh Moon that's kind of funny, like his fucking Blockland shit and him kind of spurging out on the Kiwi farms. But in the end, that's on his own fucking site. Chibi Reviews is trying to pretty much tell this guy what to do on his own site, to tell him to deplatform people and having a fucking meltdown over nothing. But after that, Josh sees that. And he does the most kingly thing you could ever do. And he just posts this image over here of a skeleton chair. Yeah, this is a death threat. And it's funny, I had a post because, you know, I had to respond to this shit. I had a post saying like, you know what Chibi Reviews is going to fucking say. This is a death threat to me. This is pretty much trying to promote my death or some shit. And oh my god, I literally predicted too quickly. This guy literally did that, and he made a post responding to this Josh Moon post over here by saying, Joshua Moon, known as Null, that lives in the US, is the owner of Kiwi Farms, is now encouraging this behavior of desecration of my brothers. Find a grave page that had to be taken down. His site is actively encouraging assassination and sending biohazards to my door. Like, what the fuck? What type of biohazards are you talking about? Like someone pissing on your door or someone shitting on it? Like, I don't think those are the Kiwi Farms people doing it, okay? I think it's the Indians, okay? Where do you live, Chibi Reviews? Like, I think you're living in an area that there's just too many Indians there, like, you know, they're shitting on the streets, you know, that type of shit. And over here, you could just see this is the evidence of, like, this, like, fucking assassination threat, this type of desecration of his brother's dead grave or some shit like that. Like, it's nothing. It's just trannies getting hanged. That's what pretty much the posts are. Like, is this the levels of harassment and desecration of your brother? Like, what are you talking about, Chibi Review? Like, I thought you hated trannies like me. Like, bro, are you now offended by that shit? Are you offended? But after this, she makes another post by saying, first off, apologies to my community for the last few days. The tremendous support is beautiful. Lots has been going on behind the scenes. I cannot elaborate any further. From now on, I'll go on radio silent and watch what happens next. It is out of my hands now. He's really happy that his autistic audience is like, yeah, Chibi reviews were with you. He's really fucking proud of that. His autistic, retarded audience are trying to give them their little macaroni fucking painting, drawing, their little macaroni necklace to Chibi reviews. It's kind of funny, Chibi reviews are autistic, while his fan base are Down syndrome. But it's funny how he says he's gonna go radio silent, but that didn't even last that fucking long, okay? Because after this, he decides to make another post, and he says over here, noticing a lot of people that told me to be quiet about threats to my life. Thanks to Kiwi Farms that didn't want to back me up. Ollie now speaking up about the assassination attempt that happened against Trump because of buzzwords and violent rhetoric used against him. Now, obviously, he is the president of the United States, and he is 1,000 times more important than I'll ever will be. However, seeing people say violent rhetoric should be taken seriously, but then telling me in private to shut up about violent rhetoric against me is very odd behavior. There's something big content creators that straight up told me to shut up about worrying over violent rhetoric and buzzwords against me to dehumanize me. Then went on to post a few hours later about how violent rhetoric bad because of Trump. And a lot of snakes, I'm starting to notice that only say things for easy victories. It's about optics and politics. Per usual, when things get tough, you realize who was using you or has flimsy principles that swap on a moment's notice. Anyway, just an observation. So you're mad at your internet buddies because they're giving you good advice to stop responding to this type of shit. This guy's totally not a lolcow. Totally not a lolcow, Joshua, bro. Jimmy is just acting normal, bro. Are you actually fucking with me? They're literally giving you the best advice that you could hear right fucking now, but you don't want that. You want them to literally cuddle you like a little baby and treat you like the little fucking victim that you really want to be. That's what you want your friends to be. You don't want your friends to tell you the reality of the situation. You don't want your friends to tell you, okay, you're spurging out. It's better for you to shut the fuck up, because if you constantly say stuff and you constantly try to give this shit attention, more people will go on your way. You don't want them to say that. You don't want them to say, oh, poor little baby Chibi reviews. Oh my God, the internet's bullying you. Oh, here's a little lollipop to make you feel better. I'll speak out on your hand. People aren't gonna treat you like a fucking baby, bro. People are gonna treat you like a fucking grown man because you're a grown man. You're not a fucking baby that needs to be coddled by other fucking people. Totally not a lolcow here. Totally not a lolcow. And it's really funny how he has to make the Trump assassination about himself. Totally not a narcissist either. Totally not a narcissist here. Totally not a lolcow. Totally not a lolcow. But after this, he makes another post. And this is kind of hypocritical on this end, but let's read this fucking post. It's kind of interesting here. And over here, Chibi Reviews says, got a threat to my life in the mail. Kiwi Farms and others are encouraging this. People telling me not to take it seriously, or it's just jokes. Explain me this shit. I'm smug. Explain me this. This letter that I probably typed up myself. You could fucking please explain it. I gotta be honest with you. I believe he kind of typed this up himself. Because first of all, it's crumpled up. Who the fuck is sending people crumpled up letters to the mail? I have a feeling this motherfucker probably crumpled it up himself to try to make it look authentic and schizo, but it's probably from him. But let's see this fucking letter that's a threat to his fucking life, threatening him. So let's read it over here. And it says, you fucked up bad. You fucked up aligning yourself with Van Dragon, Pedro Garcia, and Mr. Anime 343, all of which who were exposed for pedophilia. Oh my God, this guy's really mad at you for associating yourself with pedophiles. Well, birds together flock together. But let's continue reading this shit. You fucked up having CSAM on DeviantArt. You fucked up trying to take down my first video on you. You fucked up in playing a part in my suspension, my Xenos Konosuke, whatever this fucking shit's called, account. I'll get it back, lol. You fucked up scamming your fan base, and you fucked up making an enemy out of me. Now I'm going to make sure I strip everything away from you. I took down your Twitter once before, so doing it again isn't going to be hard. But since you want to try to deplatform, depth forward people who expose you, I'm aiming for your YouTube as well. You're a fucking pedophile and you deserve all of this, Jacob. Shouldn't have made an enemy out of me. Like, cheap reviews. This guy kind of cooked you. But you know what's really fucking funny about this letter? He forgot to actually censor one of the fucking docs information. Like, he censored his own, but didn't censor the other one. And I gotta censor myself, but I gotta be honest with you. I think he wrote this himself. Like, remember the other posts where he was pretty much pretending to be like an anime villain? This shit sounds like something he'll fucking type out. So I think he did this himself, but there's no death threats here to be seen. No threats to his life. And, you know, there's the retarded fucking Chibi tard coming in and saying, he never said that it was a death threat. Like, bro, what the fuck does he mean by a threat to my life? I think that means that he's trying to say they're trying to kill him. Like, you see how retarded Chibi tards are. And this is shit I've actually seen. Defenses that I've seen. But don't worry. This leads to Josh Moon completely felting this motherfucker over here. And Josh Moon says, gulp, guys, this is getting too serious. We need to de-escalate. I'm literally shitting and pissing myself. The FBI and DHS are over right now advising me to broadcast every dipshit thing that happens to me on Twitter to beg for attention and pity. Stay safe, pray for me. And you could see, oh my god, they sent Josh Moon a letter. The Chibi Reviews fans send Josh Moon a letter. Let's read it. LOL is unstoppable. Watch yourself. Hashtag Chibi Army. They're sending death threats to Josh Moon. Chibi, this is your fucking fault, bro. Why are you harassing this man, Josh Moon? Like, bro, why are you doing this? You should apologize to this guy, man. You should tell something about your community that they're acting in bad fucking faith. They're bad actors. And that's pretty much all of it. All of this fucking fight between these two motherfuckers. And I gotta be honest with you, Josh fucking mocked fucking Chibi Reviews. He could destroy them. But now let's get to some of the false rumors, the false allegations being spread about Josh Moon. And this shit was spread by a person called Packer Girl. If you do not know who Packer Girl is, I think I talked about her a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, where she involved herself in the, you know, fucking Chibi Reviews versus Pedo Catcher shit, where Chibi Reviews was fighting with Schlepp. And Packer Girl was one of the individuals who was spreading around the false accusation doc that was accusing Schlepp of being a pedophile. And that doc was made by Parlo. Packer Girl, from what I've seen, she is an incredibly malicious individual who is willing to spread false information if it benefits her friends. So, you can see over here, she's responding to one of Josh Moon's posts, and she spreads these screenshots. And Packer Girl, this bitch over here, says, Kiwi Farms owner Josh Moon making chairs from skeletons in his closet. And you can see these screenshots. I'm not going to read them, but you can read them yourself. They're pretty fucking bad, but I'll summarize it. You can see this one specifically here shows Josh Moon talking about like how he like regrets jacking off to hardcore, child pornography, and all that type of shit. The second one shows him grooming a 17-year-old kid. And this is very fucking interesting because I know there were so many people like linking down the Josh Moon thread on other websites, Onion Farms and all that type of shit. And it was really hard for me to find these screenshots specifically because there are a lot more allegations they're like, you know, throwing at Josh Moon saying that he tried to kidnap a 15-year-old girl by calling CPS because she didn't her love to him. And there's another one about a road trip that there's no evidence to back it up. Like these two are false in itself. I could simplify it. The road trip is like an allegation that says like Josh Moon has asked this girl to go on a road trip while she was fucking like 12 or 13. But the problem is that this specific block land message or thread post, like there's no real evidence like that this ever happened. So we can't even know if this is true or not. I don't believe it's true. It's probably some bullshit because Josh Moon was kind of infamous in those threads for a reason. But yeah, I don't believe it's fucking true, the road trip shit. Like, no matter what, you can't even prove it. Because it's been that long since it happened. And then we get to the CPS one. They were both pretty much in age. And like the girl was talking about like her abusive home life. And that's why Josh Moon wanted to call CPS and told her to call CPS because her family was abusing her. But people will constantly change the story trying to say like he's trying to kidnap a girl from her family home because she rejected her love to him or some shit like that. It's false. But these two screenshots, right? Let's get back to this shit. These screenshots are fabricated. Yeah? They're fabricated. And you may be saying, Mr. Zombie, you fucking piece of shit. Like, do you have any evidence for this? Well, there is evidence for this type of shit, right? These fucking screenshots came from Encyclopedia Dramatica. Yeah, totally a really trustworthy source. Not very well known for false information, but these two screenshots came from there, from the Josh Moon thread. And the reason why we know these are specifically false is because of the edit history of this, pretty much this thread over here has. And you could see it was made by a person called Nerf. And they were pretty much put around 2014. But then they were removed because the person themselves literally just admitted. You can see over here saying, I just straight up made this up. It's 100% a lie. Sorry. Yeah. The Chibi-tards were like constantly throwing this around saying, Josh Moo's a pedophile. He should not be trusted. He's a piece of shit. Well, this shit was fucking fabricated. Yeah, you totally own them. You totally own Green Reddit. You totally own them. Yeah, they're owned. They're so owned. And that's pretty much all I got to say for that. Like, those are some false rumors. Be careful out there. If anyone fell for it, like, I'll understand you. But, like, people like me were looking for this shit and we couldn't find it until it turned out to be from Encyclopedia Dramatica. And this was pretty much maliciously false. But now we get to the conclusion of this video. And let me actually complain about the Chibi Reviews fans. These people who were like saying like, I actually used to support Kiwi farms until this happened. And I'm like, bro, so you're surprised that a forum that's really well known for doxing and harassment is doing it to your favorite guy, Chibi Reviews. And they're not even harassing him. That's the thing about it. They're just making fun of the guy. They're doing jokes. But now it's wrong because they're doing it to Chibi Reviews. But you know what's really fucking funny? They said nothing when they were talking shit about trannies, doxing them, when they were talking shit about Hassan Piker, all these leftists. They did not say anything. But now when they're going after their favorite warrior of pedophilia, Chibi Reviews, now it's an issue. It's an absolute problem. And I'm going to tell you this first. I'm not a fucking leftist. I fucking shit on trannies all the fucking time. I shit on Hassan. I fucking hate these leftist shit. Okay, but it's like, I'm realizing a hypocrisy with these fucking Chibi-tards. Where one thing is okay, but the other thing is not okay. But also with Chibi Reviews himself. And this was actually a re-recording of this shit because, well, you know, like, you live in my fucking life and working, I'm starting to realize something with Chibi Reviews because when I was watching his videos, or I never watched this guy's videos until now, but when I was watching his videos, reading his posts, he would constantly talk about how he used to be bullied, how he used to be shoved in lockers because of anime and all this type of shit. And when I'm starting to see his behavior now, with every time he gets shitted on, he acts like a victim, he constantly talks about harassment, and all this type of shit, I have a mini theory, right? And I believe that when he used to be bullied, he always bitched and always acted like a victim to get his fucking way. And that never really left him. That always stayed with him. And him seeing this, right, with like Josh Moon shitting on him, when the internet shitting on him for fucking being a scammer, making fun of his fucking cuckoldry and all that type of shit, his only defense mechanism he knows is to literally act like a fucking victim and bitch about it. That's why this guy is such a pussy. That's why the guy acts the way he is. He's always being bullied in school. And the only defense mechanism he had was to act like a pathetic little fucking loser. And that never left this guy. That's why he acts the way he is. That's why he acts like a bitch. And that's why he pretty much attracts that audience of the people who act like pathetic little losers in the internet. That's just my theory on Chibi Reviews. I think that's what's actually happening with this guy's brain. Because this guy's brain doesn't act right. And that's the conclusion of this shit. He's still a little pathetic bitch that probably never moved on from his fucking bullying. But that is all I got to say for today. I hope all you guys give this video a like. I hope all you guys subscribe to the Mr. Zombie Army. Let's get to 300, 500, 1,000 subs. Let's get to 1 trillion, billion, zillion subs, okay? Let's get to very high subs, okay? I want to see big numbers, okay? And also, you could leave a comment. You could say whatever the fuck you want. You could say, Mr. Zombie, you're a piece of shit. Why are you supporting the pedo farms? Or you could say, you know what? Chibi Reviews is a fucking pathetic sack of shit that always loves to act like a victim. You can say whatever the fuck you want. This is a free speech comment section. This is a free speech comment section, okay? But after that, I hope all you guys had a really great April, a really great summer, and a really great fucking day, and goodbye.